Hi, I'm Erica, and I want to warmly welcome you to the Bible for Busy People. You can listen to this podcast in the time it takes you to sip on a tall, white chocolate mocha. Boy, I had one of those this morning, and it was delish. This is just an opportunity for you and I to take Jesus up on his invitation. He says, "Come to me, and I will give you rest." So we study his word in 7 minutes or less, and he fills us up with peace and joy and hope and, yes, rest. So I'm glad you're here. We're kicking off a brand new series today called Cooking in the Bible, Stories That Will Stir Your Soul. I wanted to kind of focus on cooking because it's the time of year that you and I are especially drawn to the kitchen, right? To the warmth. I baked pumpkin snickerdoodles just a few days ago. Oh my goodness, they were out of this world. And it fills the house with this wonderful aroma and this feeling of comfort. And that's also what happens when we dive into God's word. So are you ready for our first cooking story in the Bible? We're going to be in 1 Kings chapter 17, and we're going to begin in verse 1. Here we go. Now Elijah, who was from Tishbe in Gilead, told King Ahab, "As surely as the Lord, the God of Israel lives, the God I serve, there will be no dew or rain during the next few years until I give the word." Then the Lord said to Elijah, "Go to the east and hide by Kerith Brook, near where it enters the Jordan River. Drink from the brook and eat what the ravens bring you, for I have commanded them to bring you food." So can we just press pause for a second? I mean, God is providing DoorDash to Elijah before DoorDash was ever a thing. He sent the birds to feed Elijah. And I think that is so wonderful to think about. God was personally taking care of Elijah, and he is personally going to take care of you and me. That's the message that it sends. Picking it up in verse 5, which is our takeaway verse. So Elijah did as the Lord told him and camped beside Kerith Brook east of the Jordan. The ravens brought him bread and meat each morning and evening, and he drank from the brook. But after a while, the brook dried up, for there was no rainfall anywhere in the land. I love this story because of its simplicity, right? God says, here's what I want you to do. I want you to go near this brook, and I want you to wait for the ravens to feed you. Elijah does what the Lord asks him to do, and he is provided for. I remember it was 4 years ago, God called my family to the Pacific Northwest. And I remember thinking, what? This is absolutely crazy. I will never forget seeing Mount Rainier for the first time in my life. I wept. I couldn't get over God's beauty, and he has provided for my family every single day that we've been here. He's provided financially, spiritually, emotionally. There have been some hard times and some incredibly, unbelievably good times. But every time he's provided. If God is calling you somewhere, if God is calling you to do something, he will equip you to do the work he's called you to do. He will provide for you. Now, is he going to send ravens to feed you? Maybe not. Probably not, right? But he will find a way to provide for you. I think about my friend Misty. Her mom and dad have fallen on some hard times, and she called them just yesterday and said, "Hey, meat is on sale at this one grocery store." And so mom and dad went to the grocery store, and a woman bought a portion of the groceries for her mom and dad. They didn't know. That woman didn't know how important it was for this couple to be provided for. But God knew how important it would be for Misty's mom and dad. He provided for this couple through a woman on the grocery store line. He can provide for you in amazing ways. Be on the lookout. Don't be afraid to do what he's called you to do or to go where he's calling you to go. If he's in it, man, it's going to be good. All right, until next time, remember, you are loved.